Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning market update and live trading session here for Friday, August 11th of 2017. This is George Papazoff from Trade Pro Academy. We got a really exciting update for you today. We're going to start off by saying this. There's breaking news this morning. The Phoenix Hockey Club's been eliminated from playoffs after a disappointing game last night. That's my Thursday night hockey team. So that's going to be making waves across the media today. It probably won't, and it's a good thing. We played terrible. Anyways, hockey's done. I got more time to sit here and do stuff now. Thursday's earnings. So yesterday we had some really good earnings. Kohl's, actually we didn't have good earnings. We had a good list, a good number of earnings, but it was actually terrible. Kohl's is down 5.8% on a revenue drop. Macy's is down 10.3%. All right, so we were talking about retail a couple months back, and we said retail is a terrible sector to be investing in. And the trade was what? Short retail, get long financials. That's the last couple months. Not anymore. You don't want to be in that portfolio. You don't want to be long financials. You probably want to still be short retail. Nordstrom reported 2.8% gain on same-store sales increases. NVIDIA had a negative 4.3% drop on server growth slowdown. And Snapchat got absolutely destroyed, negative 14.4%. after admitting that it started as a naked selfie service that flunked its way into becoming a massive multi-billion-dollar business. They didn't actually admit that, but slowing user growth is the reason that they cited. Look, we did a YouTube video. I could put the link in the description. I told you stay as far away from Snapchat as possible from day one. From day one, we said that. I don't know if you listened. In Asia, Japan is closed today, so no Japanese news. Hong Kong is down 2%, so the sell-off continues. China's down 1.6%. India's down another percent as well. In Europe, London's down 1.2%. Paris is down 1.1%, and Frankfurt's down 0.3%. All right. In the United States, Dow Jones is down 0.1, S&P's down 0.1, Nasdaq's down 0.2, and crude oil is down a whole percentage point, trading at 48.11, with gold trading 1/3% higher to 12.93 amid all this selling. Whenever risk assets sell off, gold is a risk haven or a risk off asset. It actually rallies. All right. Here's what I think. I think today's going to be a bullish day. All right. Despite all this bearishness, I think in the medium term, the market's going to head down. I think we got a big drop coming, and it's just started. In fact, with the last 2 days price action, I think yesterday we put some real good damage into the technicals. I think we got some downside. I think this escalation and tension through North Korea, we're going to talk about in a moment, continues. The downside will continue, and we got one big thing that's about to happen. I'm going to share with you guys in this video shortly. All right, but here's a stat. The Friday before OPEX means options expiry. Remember, it expires the third Friday of each month. The Friday before options expiry tends to be the market low, and then it will rally through the next week into expiry, and then what happens from there, it's probably a trend continuation. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Options expiry is next Friday. We've sold off a lot. I think the bulls are going to try to make a comeback today, and we're going to give them a chance. So that's what we'll be trading in the trading room. Of course, I'm not bullish. I'm not bearish. I'm profitable. Don't forget that. Don't have a bias. Biases will get you killed and murdered in the business. Have an idea, but have good execution and great risk management to get out of it if you're wrong. CPI this morning came out. Consumer Price Index 0.1% versus 0.2 expected versus 0.00 prior. So slightly better than the prior month, but lower than expected. Therefore, inflation still has problems. Therefore, it's interesting to see what the Federal Reserve speakers are going to say about it, because the Fed said, we want to hike more, we just need better inflation. In fact, all this time they've been hiking, they've had lower inflation. So that just tells you the Fed doesn't care anything about inflation and labor market. All they care about is the stock market. All right. So CPI was bad. In Germany, inflation came out at 0.4%. So inflation in Germany isn't much better. 0.4 is low. But it came out as expected. And in France, they actually have active deflation. It's negative 0.3% on the inflationary side. So the CPI is the basket that measures the cost of goods in a predetermined basket. France's is negative, which means it's deflation. Decreasing inflation is disinflation. Negative inflation is deflation. All right. All right. Here's the update for North Korea and the United States. You know I had to talk about it again because it's all over the place. China jumps into action and says the following in their state-run newspaper. And if you say, hey, you know what, who runs a state-run newspaper? The state. So this is straight from the president himself, essentially. If the U.S. and South Korea carry out strikes and try to overthrow the North Korean regime and change the political pattern of the Korean peninsula, China will prevent them from doing so. That's what they said. All right. That's a strong statement. China basically says, hey, that's our neighbor. We have a strong economic tie with them. If you try to overthrow the regime or whatever's going on in North Korea, we're going to respond. All right. If you guys don't know, China is one of the nations that has a pile of nuclear weapons and warheads armed and ready to go at any moment. So that'll tie in. That will, I got to take the headset off a little bit. This guy's talking. That will start to escalate the conflict much quicker. Also, to which Donald Trump said, military solutions are now fully in place, locked and loaded. So he's ready to go. So this isn't getting any better. It's getting worse. Russia starts to jump in as well now. And they say, look, not many people know this, but Russia has an actual border with North Korea. So when you say, why is Russia involved? Well, that's because they have a border. And why is China involved? They have a border as well. What happens if you drop a nuclear warhead in North Korea? Depending on which way the wind blows, that radiation could go into Russia. All right, it could go into South Korea. It could go into China. That's why this is such a big problem. All right, and countries are drawn into conflict just by the fact of where they're geographically located, frankly. All right, so this is what Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov says. Russia does not accept a nuclear-armed North Korea. Rhetoric between the United States and North Korea started to exceed its limits. Russia's basically said, look, all right, we're not going to take a nuclear-armed North Korea, but you guys with the U.S. start to handle your problem. We're getting upset with this. We're getting fed up. We're let it get in the way. And I have my breakfast this morning. It's a late breakfast, and I figured, why can't they just call each other? Hello? Let's talk about it. The banana phone, classic trick. Let me put it down. I got to eat that later. Why can't they just call each other and figure it out? I think there's a way to reach a diplomatic solution and to have it be okay, but this is escalating really quickly. Speaking of an escalation, Donald Trump also said this. We're going to be increasing our budget by many billions of dollars. I love how he says many. Just give us a number, like 6, 7. What do you think? Many billions of dollars because of North Korea and our other reasons having to do with the anti-missile, said Trump in his New Jersey golf club. All right. In signs of distress and right before a war, it's good to go to your golf club. Current components of the U.S. National Missile Defense Program are made by these companies. So if you want a long war play, first of all, I'd say don't want a war to happen, okay? But if it does, if you want to protect your profits, earnings, and your portfolio, here's a few stocks you could look at. Lockheed Martin, symbol LMT. I'll read them out for you. All right. Raytheon, symbol RTN. Northrop Grumman, NOC. Orbital, ATK, OA. Agility, EGL. Boeing, BA. And Honeywell, HON. Those are the companies that stand to see an increase and an increased expenditure of military and arms. Okay, we got that out of the way. Here's the problem with this. Donald Trump said, hey, you know what? We're going to need more money to pay for this war. Wars are expensive. Wars generate economic activity after the fact. We've seen that in World War I, World War II. World War III, there may not be any economic activity to generate afterwards. Einstein said if there is a third world war, the fourth one will be fought with sticks. Like just hitting each other with sticks, because we're going to decimate everything. And we better hope to God that doesn't happen. All right. So here's the problem. He needs all this money to pay for this war, but the debt ceiling, nobody's talking about this. Nobody. You go Google it, and you're going to see how few news outlets carry this kind of news because it actually matters. The debt ceiling limit is set to be hit on September 29th. On September 29th, the government for the United States will effectively run out of money to have funding for their programs. They're going to have to start shutting down branches of government because they can't afford to pay their bills. Okay, they're basically going to be in over their head in debt, and they don't have any more cash. They're running out. A war is going to really eat into that budget. So they're going to have to get together in Congress and hash out a deal. And Congress can't agree on even being in the same business together, let alone agreeing on anything. So that's going to become an issue to the forefront. You give it 2 to 3 weeks, and the main media will start picking it up. Trade pros, you heard it here first. All right. And yeah, we'll end it with that. It's about 9:14. Time to get into the trading room, set up some levels. Today, what we're going to be doing is trading a little bit differently, and I'm going to share that with you guys in the trading room. Trade pros, hang tight. We'll open it up for you. YouTube, join us. We trade every morning live from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Check out tradeproacademy.com and see some of our subscription packages. It's a great community, and I'll tell you this, it's really tough to trade in a room by yourself. All right. What you need to do is be in a community and be surrounded by people who are doing this. It creates a positive learning environment. You're going to have the best chance of success. Trading by yourself in the corner is the worst way. It's a good way to blow out your account. All right. You take care. Have yourself a great day. I'll see you on Monday. Have an awesome weekend. Get some time to enjoy the weekend with your friends, family, and loved ones. And I'll catch you guys on Monday refreshed and ready to kick some butt for another week of trading. It's been a great week for me and the team. An amazing week. And again, remember, if somebody knows Russia's Putin, or somebody knows Donald Trump, just tell them, call each other. Darn it, just call each other. let's get this thing sorted out, because I know that if war happens, I'll make an incredible amount of money, but I know that the masses won't, and it's sad. And what good is it to have millions of dollars in the bank, but a loaf of bread costs $300,000? Because inflation could skyrocket too. A lot of things could go wrong. We'll talk more about that next week. Now I really have to go. You guys take care. Have a great weekend. Catch you on Monday. Trade pros, let's do this. We got a nice Friday ahead of us. Let's close it out on a bang. The market's starting to take a turn here. We're going to have some great trading opportunities. Let me just end the broadcast. Oh, guess what? Oh, there we go. Okay, bye, guys. Have a good weekend.